Here we are. Here we are, and you guys are gonna laugh at this. Because I've got a little person gonna help me today. He's not so little. Some of you met my little person a long time ago. Hands washed? Okay. Some of you met my little person when she was little. Because she would run in right after school and want to see Dad. And she didn't understand the concept of the computer broadcasts. The peoples. So, what we have today, Gizmo, is we have brownies for Rachel's birthday. Let me get the eggs and the butter. Alrighty. So, come on in. As you guys will move the mouse over there. All the way in. Oh, I gotta move that back. This back. You guys will notice right away up in the step. Look at that. She's got great taste in hats. This is my daughter. This is Gizmo. Gizmo was named Gizmo. Yeah, it's a wonderful hat. Gizmo was named Gizmo when she was a little bitty baby because we had to follow the same rules. She's a mini J. You're a mini me.
Nice.
We had to follow the same rules as you did with the Mogwais. You couldn't get her wet. You couldn't take her out in the sunlight. And we didn't feed her after midnight. All right. So. What does it say?
Brownie mix.
No.
Oh. Oven extra. Salt below. Grease bottom of the pan.
Grease bottom of the pan. You need to go put shoes on so you can stand on that?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Yeah, cool hat and goggles. Okay. And I washed my hands on screen. She washed her hands in the bathroom. Grease the bottom of the pan. This is so great. Thank you. This is because my community raised $3,000 for Extra Life. So we are putting this together, and then we are starting our little bit of cooking, and then we're gonna do a HelloFresh meal together. Okay. Next, I don't know what's next. Right now we are making. Hold on, we are making Betty Crocker fudge brownies.
Brownie mix. Water. Oil.
Okay, well, how many eggs? Well, we're doing 3 because down here it says for cake like brownies, use 3 eggs. So we are making some wonderful Betty Crocker fudge brownies. Yep, exactly. We do need, well, we always need a measuring cup. Always, exactly. Okay. We put the eggs in first, right?
Yep.
Why do we put the eggs in first? Because if one is bad, then we don't ruin everything. So. That look like a good egg?
Yep. I'm gonna get a...
No, we're okay. Okay, see that black line? If you're not at least on this side, the people can't see you. Is that a good egg?
Yep.
And is that a good egg? All right. So much info on this egg box. I know, right? So much info. Okay, without hitting any of the cords. Get water out of the fridge. That way. Go that way. So, just fill it up a bit. That's probably good. Okay, now, how much water do we need?
Let me check. Okay, listen.
What's next?
Oil.
How much?
Half a cup.
Half a cup?
Yep.
First we have to stir it. You're jumping ahead.
And add the brownie mix.
And we have to add the brownie mix. They would be bad brownies. At this point, I don't know what we have in the bowl, but it wouldn't be good.
Oil water next.
Honey.
Yeah. It's good.
So this is the generational training because
Are you in school?
I mean, if you're fine. You're really enjoying the Christmas music? Thank you. There are 53 tracks available at pgnmusic.com. Okay, you're gonna trip over it then. Let's not do that. Why don't you come to the other side of me? That way people can see. Oh, look at that. People can see you now.
Yeah.
Now you'll notice the black lines on the counter. You have
What's
to keep. That's because it lets me know. You see my fingers right down there? Right there? Lets me know that the food's in the shot.
Okay.
Okay? Two hands. Slowly. But yeah, there is currently 53 tracks available on pgnmusic.com. And the cat by the stove. Yeah,
I found him.
okay. Which one do you want to use to stir? That might not be strong enough. How about that one? All right. Now the trick usually is slow. Bring the powder back into. Yeah, there you go. You know how to do this. You bake all the time. Normally people throw their brownie mix in a mixer. I always recommend against putting your brownie mix in a mixer. You got it?
Yeah.
This is why you have children, ladies and gentlemen, so that you can have people to mix the brownie mix for you. Slow, easy. There you go. Good. Children are the mixers. That is correct. The children like to be the tasters.
Good, Dad.
Nope, keep going. You need me to take over?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh no, your face is covered by a video game.
These are the storms? No.
No,
That's.
this is Stream Raiders.
I was about to say,
So this is Gizmo is going to be, as I said, one of the benefits of my brand being Paradox Gaming Network is that brand is a 70-year brand. Now, obviously, I haven't been streaming for 70 years because streaming hasn't been around for 70 years. But when Gizmo gets a little bit older and Gizmo starts streaming, Gizmo won't have to start from nothing because Gizmo will be able to turn around and take over PGN Music and the Paradox Gaming Network. Now, which MMO are you really excited for?
MMO.
Yeah, MMORPG.
Final Fantasy.
She plays Final Fantasy. She plays Final Fantasy 14.
I'm gonna go. Was any island? Can you count this book?
And she needs more info on the game you play. She is the household specialist on Roblox.
In Minecraft.
No. Wolfus is the specialist on Minecraft.
That is true. And fair.
She's much prettier than I am, that's for sure. Yes, I've been saying that since the day she was born. Thank goodness she took after her mother in that regard, because if she took after me, she would be in bad shape. So, what do we have? A gold chest, and we had a victory. And moving on. We'll go this way. Yeah, I am fortunate that this particular child got my looks. I'm sorry, my wife's looks and my brains, because if it went the other way, we'd be in trouble. Alrighty, we'll close this. We'll go back to our cooking show. Here we go. A nice mixed brownie batter. Okay, are you pouring or am I pouring? I can pour.
That with me.
And this is, as I said, these brownies are for my roommate who is celebrating her 32nd birthday today. I think that's one of the coolest streams I've seen you make so far. Thank you. I don't allow Roblox in my house due to the risk. We have, we monitor her chat. We monitor everything going on. Unfortunately, that risk exists the moment your kid is on the internet. I do understand. So, how old is Gizmo? Gizmo is about to celebrate her 10th circuit around the world, or around the sun. So she is currently 9 years old. And you're on what team?
Basketball.
She's on the basketball team. Are you gonna be looking for this bowl?
I just put.
You don't want the bowl.
I will see.
You will take the bowl?
I want trivia, Jack.
What's that?
I want trivia.
Oh. You wore that to school?
Yeah.
Why? Why'd you wear my military jacket or my military? Because it's your Veterans Day assembly. Right. You can take that and away with you for a while. Very wholesome indeed. Thank you. I believe in spending time with your children, doing things as a family. And I'm gonna say this, and she looks tall. Yeah, she's 5 foot. She's 9 years old and she's 5 foot. So. As I said, these are birthday brownies for the roommate, who may or may not be watching. So if the roommate is watching, go away, because we're cooking your birthday dinner. Here you go. You can have this now. Don't make a mess. I will call you back when it is time for the other cooking. Alrighty. So, 22 minutes. Now, for all of you that are, you know, he's almost tall enough to be in your family. For all of you that know anything about cooking, one thing you always want to do if you're going to be cooking steak, I don't know how many times this happens where people go to cook steak and they, later TL, people leave their steaks in the fridge. And then they go to cook their steaks and their steaks are still cold. Don't do that. So I'm going to take the steaks out now. Not defrost them, just bring them up to closer to room temperature. I need to take out 20 ounces of the ranch steak. Okay. Welcome. Go play, I'll call you when it's... Alrighty. Got to be room temperature, right? You don't want to leave your steaks in the fridge, and a lot of people do that. I don't really like that. I don't really like this view. Give me a moment. I want to. I think I like that a little bit better. No. Where are my markers? And that one's still good. I watched a TikTok where someone marinated their steak in a bowl of melted butter. It did not look very appetizing, very greasy. I would not marinate steak in a bowl of butter. I would that is not something I would do. I would not do that at all. Even in the slightest. Even in the slightest. Butter. I mean, the thing is, if you're cooking a steak, the steak should be the cut of the steak should be what you're looking for flavor wise. I mean, I could understand marinating a bad cut of meat in a bowl of butter because, you know, I could imagine marinating a sirloin. I might rub steak. You might rub it, but I wouldn't marinate it in a bowl of butter. So. Now, you will notice throughout the course of the show, I use a lot of paper towels. It's an unfortunate necessity. You'll also see I do use some cooking rags. I do let people know. A cooking rag is good for exactly one meal. I've run into people's houses or kitchens and I see them use the same cooking rag for multiple meals. That's no bueno. Your drying rag is good for one set of dishes. Because if it's not, then you're literally growing bacteria on your you're growing bacteria on your rags, and then all you're doing is moving bacteria around. Now, if you have a bleach bucket, which some people do, some people have bleach buckets under their sink, which I don't because I have cats, and the last thing I need is for the cats to put their heads in the bleach bucket. But if you have a bleach bucket, then that rag is good for several days. 1 second. Oh, okay. Also, sometimes things gotta be hand washed. Sometimes it happens that way. This is the other reason why I don't really particularly like my kitchen setup to try to stream in, because I feel like I'm talking behind myself a lot. And now the final bacteria build up your immune system. Yes and no. I mean, you encounter bacteria every single day. But the thing is, a lot of people say bacteria build up your immune system, but then what do they wash with? Antibacterial soap. If you've ever worked in a hospital, you know that hospitals, the cleaners they use are effective for 99% of bacteria. Well, the problem is the 1% that survive are like the super bacteria, and that's when you get like staph infections, and you don't want that. So, by the way, this is a sponsored stream. Let me say that several times today. This is a sponsored stream. HelloFresh is what we're cooking today. We are cooking a wonderful steak with mushroom cream sauce, and roasted potatoes and carrots. So what we're doing right now is taking the meat out of the packages, because you want your steaks to get a little bit closer to room temperature before you start to cook them. Now the instructions don't tell you that, which is fine. It's just something that you're gonna pick up on as you cook a lot. You're gonna find out that you're gonna get a much better cook on your steak if you let the meat warm up a little bit, come up to room temperature. Now, I am not a professional chef. I am just a guy who didn't like cooking I guess it would be fair to say I didn't like cooking. I didn't personally particularly enjoy cooking, but I started using HelloFresh and I started cooking again. And number one, somebody said to me the other day when I showed the prices, they said, how do you save any money that way? That's so expensive. Well, it's not that expensive. HelloFresh is about $9 a meal, $9 a serving. The problem comes in is when you have, if you're trying to stay, if you're ordering the 4 serving pack and you're eating 2 of the servings, you're saying, well, my dinner cost me $18. Well, again, today's serving is 640 calories, right? If you're the typical American, sorry, Americans, we are bad about this. You're used to eating 3 or 4 or 5 servings worth of food. This right here is 20 ounces of steak, right? This right here is 20 ounces of steak. You're getting 5 ounces of this as a serving tonight. Not all of it. You were talking about recruit sickness. It's the same thing with a hospital. All the people that would normally never be near each other are now in close proximities. Yeah, but the thing is, in a hospital, normally you don't get barracks flu, because normally a regional hospital is all the people from the same region, which means all those people have the same standard immunities. Now, where you're absolutely right is where you have a hospital, say, where I'm at, and you have your kid goes down to St. Louis Children's Hospital, right? Your kid is going to be around a bunch of kids that have different standard illnesses. Their common cold is different. The strain of flu that's running around may be different. And speaking of strains of the flu, not to be preachy to you, because I never want to be preachy, but if you don't get a flu shot, that's your call. But I want to tell you, having had the full-blown flu, I would rather feel like trash for a day and a half, maybe 2 days after getting my flu shot, rather than get the flu again. I never want the flu again. I had swine flu and the regular flu in the same year, and I never want that again. I never want to be that sick again. I was talking to my wife. If you guys remember, I got deathly ill after my COVID booster. And I said to my wife, this is how it's going to be with the COVID booster. I'm not going to get it anymore. I'd rather get COVID. And my wife kind of shook her head at me and she's like, no, you don't want COVID. You don't want COVID at all. Alrighty, well, we have a little bit of time. We can talk about life, the universe, everything, and then we're going to get into our dedicated HelloFresh part of the show. So, because I don't want to really do anything with the meat other than what you just saw. Is I took the meat out and I dried the meat. That's another thing some people don't do. Now, unfortunately, I have to keep a hawk's eye view on these steaks because I have a four-legged gray son who will run in here and he will try to take the meat, and he's getting very bold in his old age. You guys saw earlier today I showed the picture. That's what I made for lunch. For those of you that are wondering where the meat on this plate is, it's under the cheese. That is mozzarella. That is mozzarella smothered chicken with carrots, zucchini, and mushrooms with some rice. Wash my scissors. My scissors will actually, this pair of scissors are going to go into the dishwasher. Hold on 1 second. Whenever I deal with raw meat, my personal, I have a Bosch dishwasher. I run it on sterilize, and whenever I deal with raw meat, I sterilize the scissors. So it's just easier that way because blood gets into the little nicks and crevices. Soap and water works, but I'd rather sterilize it. I know some people say it's silly, but I sterilize my dishes. So depends what kind of COVID you get. I got hit with the Omicron early this year and it wasn't so bad. Man, I'm just gonna say this. I ain't messing around with A strain, B strain, 19 subsection C21 strain. I'm just gonna assume that anytime I get COVID, it's gonna be horrible. And if it's not, great. If it is, well, that sucks. But I don't want to mess around with COVID at all, ever. That's one of the reasons. You guys know I was sick for the last year. I don't want to get sick again. So if you're bad with the vaccine, guess what happens with a well-living virus? Well, so you're right. That's also why I'm against some of the way that they do, like, for everybody that says I don't want to take a vaccine that was produced in 9 months, the vaccine for COVID wasn't produced in 9 months. They'd been producing vaccines for SARS and MERS for years and years and years. Because let me tell you, SARS and MERS has a 50% lethality rate with treatment. You can have something that's as contagious as COVID, or you can have something as deadly as SARS and MERS. But where we're going to be in a really bad shape is if we ever get something as contagious as COVID that's as deadly as MERS. So, I get a flu shot. I get a flu shot every year. I get a COVID booster now. And so, like they're trying to make at Boston University. Well, here's the thing, man. I don't know if they're trying to make it at Boston University. You'd have to give me some details about that. I do know that the CDC in Atlanta and their level 5 containment makes and plays with the nastiest of the nasty because they want to make sure that if the nastiest of the nasty ever gets out and about, that they can do something about it. As it is right now, it's like I said to people during the height of COVID. You guys know that I wasn't streaming when COVID first happened. I wasn't streaming when COVID first happened. I was getting the company set up so I could stream. And I came back. So You have to sterilize clean stuff. It will clean it and then it will sterilize it. So yeah, you sterilize surgical equipment. Yeah, I'm a BMET. I used to repair surgical sterilizers. So yeah, it does it. I don't even know what the hell this thing all does. It does like 3 cycles of cleaning, a rinse cycle, a dry cycle, a sterilized cycle, and then another dry cycle. So, see, when I stream, I have this bad habit of touching my face. So normally when I'm cooking, I'm just straight cooking. Yeah, I know. That's why I keep washing my hands. Normally when I'm cooking, I go straight piece to piece to piece to piece to piece. But I've got the brownies in. I gotta poke my head in on these brownies. I don't think you guys can see the front of the. Oh, you guys should be able to see the front of the oven. So. Yeah, I worked in a kitchen for a little bit on several different occasions. Generally, I won't touch my face. Generally, with the collar on, I can't really take care of it with my arm. If I took the collar off, I'd be fine. By the way, I usually recommend a bunch of good Amazon products. However, sometimes I recommend staying away from products. So these are ComSmart gloves that they tell me I should be able to reach into my oven and grab a hot pan with. I tried that once, and that didn't have like really good results. We didn't have really good results with that. So those are not ready yet. Twitch just gave me a new sort channels button. Guess who's at the top, Jay? Me? Oh, I did want to share something good. I want to share something good with the changing of the tides in the Twitch community. There are companies now that are offering sponsorships, specifically stating that you cannot be in the hot tubs, pools, or beaches category if you're taking the contract with our company. So I was very happy to see that is now, because you guys know I don't take a lot of contracts. I don't take a lot of sponsorships. But the ones I do, you know that I'm dedicated and loyal. HelloFresh is a great example. I show pictures of the food. I cook the food. I talk about the food. I talk about the food even when I don't have a HelloFresh thing. Right now, I can't. If somebody could do me a favor, my keyboard is off to the side now. Somebody could do ! HelloFresh for me. I'd appreciate that. I wouldn't be doing a HelloFresh stream. I wouldn't be doing a cooking stream. I'd be doing something else. There you go. Thank you very much for that, Blessed. But I would not have done a third go around with HelloFresh if, number one, they didn't listen to their streamers. And what they did, what they listened to was the first deal that they had. You guys remember, it was like, we're going to give you 16 free meals across your first, we're going to give you 16 free servings across your first 6 boxes. Your first shipping is going to be free. Your second shipping is going to be prorated. Your third one's going to be discounted. And then by the 4th box, you're paying full price. We're going to give you 3 free gifts. And I was like, that's so convoluted to try to tell people this is a good product. Went back with, why don't you just do a full discount on the first box? Let people try. By the way, as I tell you guys all the time, as we go into the holiday season, right? I'm gonna cover the bottom, but as we go into the holiday season, right? I have free boxes. Give a free box, a free box, an absolutely free box. Costs you nothing. So, and I mean this, I say this with all sincerity. If you're sitting at home, right? If you're sitting at home and you're worried about where food's going to come from next week, please don't sit at home worried about, if you're in the United States, of course. Unfortunately, those aren't global. But if you're in the US and you're worried about where food's going to come from next week, let me know. Those boxes are 100% absolutely free. You do the box, as soon as you receive your box, you cancel your subscription and you're good to go. They don't ever bill you. So, don't struggle financially if you can't feed yourself and your family. Just whisper me on Discord. I will give you a free box. Even free shipping. Yes, I believe so. Oh, those are looking pretty good. Oh, you guys can't see them. I can't pull these out. Oh, we almost had a disaster there. Nope. Not ready yet. Gonna need the rest of that time. Probably a little more. Yeah, that was scary. Unfortunately, the way the camera is, there's nowhere for me to mount a camera over my stove. So I actually have my wife's camera slid in behind the microwave door. So I will wash my hands again before I touch the food. Don't worry. It's gonna be. And now you want to eat that food? Well, I'm happy for you. I will wash my hands again because I got to touch the stove here in a minute. So I figured wait on washing my hands until I touch the stove because it's in 3, 2, 1. Gonna give that another 2 minutes. Give that another 2 minutes. Not ready. Not ready. We're not ready yet. We're not ready yet. Goodbye, Ray Charles. HelloFresh needs to go international. HelloFresh is actually international. What you want is HelloFresh to go to every country. So, while I'm waiting for that, oh man, now I gotta wash my hands again because I need to get the bag. All right. Now, normally, you get a bag like this, right? You get a bag like this. However, unfortunately, while I was taking these out, I snagged my bag. So, normally I open it from the top down, and I will open that one in a minute. But normally, you open up the top of the bag and you start pulling everything out. But today, unfortunately, the bag and I had a disagreement. What was I doing? Was I streaming on Tuesday? I think I was streaming on Tuesday when the HelloFresh box came in. Yeah, I was streaming on Tuesday when the HelloFresh box came in. No, I was streaming on Tuesday when the HelloFresh box came in. So, got about 17 seconds. Go, shoot. I'll call you when I need you. I know, so sad. You got shooed. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. You guys are gonna see most of the goodness. Oh, probably about a minute too. Oh, maybe about 30 seconds too long. That's okay though. I need to keep that preheated at 420. Alrighty. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of space in my kitchen. So I gotta take these away. Bring these over here real quick. There you go. So Before anybody asks, yes, I did just put the brownies on a warmer pan. I did not put the brownies directly on my counter. This may sound stupid, but I like dropping the pan of brownies from a couple inches above the counter so the top crackles. Oh, you heathen. How dare you? How dare you? Now you want some. That's okay. What's really gonna get to you is when I show you the fudge that my family makes, and by my family, I mean my wife. And we will tease you with all the good fudge. Hold on one second. Sorry. Alrighty. Is Zetrix here somewhere? I did see Zetrix here. All right. So for right now, I'm gonna move these steaks out of your view. All right, Gizmo. It is your time to shine again. Before anybody asks, this is a completely cleaned and sterilized board. And now I'm gonna have to clean my hands again. Wow, 30 minutes went by that fast? My lord. Look at all these, who are all these people? Who are all these people? A lot of people. Goodbye, steaks. Yeah, the steaks left. This is Stream Raiders. I need to open that a little bit. Did you wash your hands again?
Yes.
Okay, good. No, the brownie pan is hot, so don't touch it. You shouldn't even be over there at all, but you may end up venturing over, so you're hidden again by a video game. Aw, thank you. You wanted a hug? You can have a hug. All right, so hello, little steampunk lady. She has a full steampunk outfit. Today she just has the hat on. She has multiple steampunk bits and pieces. So,
Yes, I have.
all right, we're gonna start this. Now, this particular HelloFresh meal says 10 minutes of prep time. We all know that's not true. If I have one complaint about HelloFresh, my only complaint about HelloFresh is this: that the prep time isn't really accurate. But so what we have here is we have as always, I would always look through. I'm gonna call this a bad potato.
Okay.
That is bad. People are like, HelloFresh sent you bad food. Well, HelloFresh is like every other grocery store. Sometimes you get good, sometimes you get bad. Yep, potatoes. Potatoes. Oh, I need that piece of garlic. That goes there. So, there's bound to be a few bad ones in every batch. Absolutely. So, what I like to do is that, hold on, there should be. Okay, you wash the potatoes and I will check for a rogue garlic. Maybe there's not a rogue. So, what I like to do, and this is just me, I always like to go to the front here. Yeah, that's bad. I'm gonna try to do this the other way. What I like to try to do is come over here to the recipe, and I like to see all the things. Like, yeah, I thought it was gonna be 2 cloves of garlic. You guys should be seeing that. It's 1 clove of garlic. I already have the steaks out. 2 units of beef stock concentrate, right? 24 ounces of Yukon golden potatoes, 8 ounces of button mushrooms, 2 units of scallions, 24 ounces of carrots. So it looks like we got everything. Down here, it'll tell you all the things that they're not going to give you. You got to have those. I happen to have all those on hand. Okay, so before I touch my face, before I touch the food, can you get out the peeler, the red peeler out of there? The red one. Nothing wrong with the blue one. I just like the red one. Yeah, beef stock concentrate. Now, of the little things in life, I like, yeah, you quadrupled the garlic recommendation again. I like the cutting board my wife got me. I really do. I love the fact that it has a little side trace. Oops. Broke a carrot. It'll be okay.
The potatoes or the carrots?
We're peeling the carrots. And by we, I mean me. You're doing the washing. You have the washing job today. Okay, I'll let you peel the carrots. Okay. Wash those. Why would you break a carrot? Because it happened. Okay, it happened. Sometimes it happens. Grumpy old man, don't worry. I'm not gonna lose any fingers today. I'm not wearing the chainmail glove because I know that if I suddenly hurt myself on Twitch, I'm gonna have people like, oh my god, he self-harmed. Be like, no, I cut myself doing potatoes. So now I cut the potato. Oh, do I like you? Yeah, you're good. I cut the potatoes a little smaller when I'm doing them. Just leave them in the sink right now. I cut the potatoes a little bit smaller than they recommend when I'm doing them on the pan. I've switched to air frying the potatoes, but since I'm doing a HelloFresh sponsored meal today, I'm not going to deviate from their recipe. That's why we chose the recipe we chose, because I don't have to make any deviations for my family's personal taste. I am going to show you the way that I prefer to boil everything, and I gotta wash my hands again. And yeah, I'm good. But good thing I looked down. Normally I have this set up better. Seen those skeleton knives makes cutting potatoes super easy? No, I have not. But if you have those, if you could do me a favor and send me the link to them, that would be amazing. There's also a reason why I sterilize all of my dishes. That way I know everything is clean before and after every use. So you need to bend the fingers that hold the potato. It's safer. No, I don't. I'm good. Now you got me self-conscious about losing a finger. Hey, careful. The pan for the brownies is still hot. All right. No, you're good. You're fine. Everybody has suggestions. I will say that the one day not long ago, A couple of months ago, I was talking to Tamir, and I looked up at her, and while I was cutting, my knife, not this knife, the knife I was using was dull, and I looked up to talk to my wife, and I cut the tip of my finger off. Then Tamir was laughing at me as we were making sure that the tip of the finger didn't get into the food. All right, little person, you ready to peel carrots? 1 second, hold on. Wash your hands again. Run to the bathroom, wash your hands again, and come back. Like I said, I wanted to annotate. This board was sterilized. Like all plastic cutting boards, they start to discolor. But if anyone's like, oh my god, his cutting board's dirty. No, my cutting board's not dirty. It's just used. All right, so you've got the carrots. You've got the assignment. So, as you only want one up there? All right. So, child labor laws are not in effect here because my daughter is making family dinner. This is not for resale. This is for my personal consumption. Gizmo is the first of all the children who literally wants to be part of the activity. So, very, very, very proud of her. Yeah, blessed. You always got to make sure that you always got to make sure that you put those little caveats out there. Otherwise, I'm gonna get like 17 reports. I made a mistake of cutting aloe on a plastic cutting board, and it stained a purplish brown color. Weirdest thing I've seen. Just put the done ones there. What'd you lose?
Carrot stump.
Carrot stump. That'll just go out to the bunnies. Looked over, saw the top of a smaller top hat. Nice family tree. Thank you. Oh, nice family time. Family time, family tree. We both have top hats. Unfortunately, the step stool wasn't working. Bunnies. We have bunnies out in the yard. We give them the carrots. So we give the bunnies the carrots. I'm gonna get my bottle of olive oil. A little bit. Entertain everybody. Cutting your hair. Oh, you're fine. Did someone say family is cooking time? Yes, exactly. Goggles +1, charisma for sure. That's right. Gizmo doing better than me. I don't have the patience for peeling. No, Gizmo does. This is her favorite thing. Are you done now?
Yeah.
Your hand's hurting? You're good?
I was just waiting.
Oh, no, you're fine. You do your thing. So. Where is our recipe? Call for both at the same time. Toss potatoes on one, carrots on the other side. Okay, there you go. Alrighty, how you doing? One left? All right. Well, that's it for me. Going to dream of those what? Oh, steaks. Gonna dream of these steaks over there. Yeah, I haven't even started working on the steaks. So, have a good evening. All right, perfect. No, the other way. You were doing it right. Yep, there you go. You done? All right. Go and feed your furry siblings out in the backyard.
And not my siblings.
Go feed your furry siblings out in the backyard. You will say that's pretty nifty cutting board with that built-in scrap holder. Yeah, I agree. Now, one thing that they tell you to do is they tell you to take a pan, looks a lot like this one, and put your potatoes on it. Now, does anyone else enjoy seeing Jay trolled? That's not being trolled, that's my daughter. Now, I'm gonna give you guys the little thing. This is the Reynolds Wrap non-stick foil. Okay, this is amazing stuff right here. This is not sponsored by Reynolds Wrap. I 100% use this stuff. As soon as the rest of our aluminum foil is done, I will only keep one thing of aluminum foil for like wrapping. The rest of what I use is this stuff. We found this stuff, stopped burning food, helps clean up the mess. If you do this right, you'll get your food out, in and out. Shiny side for the optimum non-stick. Yeah, it even says on it, you can't see it, but it says non-stick side. So it's even Jahlon proof. So what we're gonna do here is they recommend putting these on a pan and then oiling them and then salting and pepper them. We don't do it that way. After many times of experimenting, I found that peppering them, salting them, and then I need the other one.
This one.
You want to do this?
Sure.
Let's do 3. I found that putting them all into a salad bowl that has a topper is a much more effective way of making sure that all of your potatoes get oiled. Plus, it gives your 9-year-old something fun to do, shaking and doing the maracas. So, a little more. Keep pouring. Okay. All right. It does seem fun to shake that. Oh, you're gonna see. You're about to see it happen. Okay. So, well, you're kind of hearing it happen. I've made peas and carrots with rotisserie chicken. My 5-year-old who does not like green stuff said the meal smelled bad. His dad tried to save the day by suggesting it's the breath of the dog I bored, who has no table manners and was panting to his knees. But oh well. I hope one day they start cooking with me rather than criticizing. So this is what I think is one of the most important things about HelloFresh. And I mean this, and you guys know I don't BS for my community. I believe one of the most important things about HelloFresh is that it brings the family together. Now, you know, Tamir is the silent partner of my company. She's the silent partner behind the streamer. She has no interest in being on the stream. She has no interest in you hearing her voice. She has no interest in any of that. Normally she would be back here. I would be cooking. We'd be swapping places. She'd be taking care of the dishes, or the whole pan. Yeah, she'd be taking care of the dishes, or she'd be taking care of whatever piece is hers for the night. Like, she usually does the rices. She does some bits and pieces. She mainly does cleanup. I mainly do the cooking, but occasionally I do, as you see, I do the cleanup. Now, big thing here, always got to pay attention to your HelloFresh recipes. It'll actually show, because I gotta wash my hands in a minute anyway. It's actually gonna show you right there. You're gonna see half the potatoes on one side, half on the other. The problem is you got to make sure that you read all the way down. It's going to say, for 4 servings, divide between 2 sheets, roast potatoes on the top rack, roast the carrots on the middle rack. But I'm not ready to put anything in yet. So I still got to cut up these carrots. All right. I got to wash my hands again. Normally I work just a lot faster. Okay, off screen, off camera, away with you. You don't want to leave? Well then, do you want to get involved with mushrooms? Okay, I'll have you. Actually, I don't know if there's anything else left for you to do, my friend. I think we're done. I know, so sad. We're past the time of Gizmo involvement. So. Oh, get rid of this tray. The nice thing is the setup my wife got me does have multiple trays. Now, I will remind you that carrots, it's really easy to over cut your carrots because you're trying to match them to the pictures. Remember, when you do food photography, you might, in order to get 25 pieces of carrot on a picture, you might have 1,000 carrots. And there's somebody in the kitchen area looking at each carrot, finding the best optimal carrots, the best optimal cuts. Always make sure that if it says, like, what does it tell me to do? It tells me to cut these into 1/2-inch pieces. I will tell you from experience, that 1/2-inch carrots are not going to cook up very nice. They're simply not. I saw unfortunately, because I can't go hands-on with the keyboard, I saw something about a turkey and some turkey advice. If somebody does something with the turkey, you can get the whole turkey in the oven. You guys can probably read that on your own. Yeah, when I worked at the bakery, we made large batches for the photos. Makes sense, yeah, because it allows you to find the absolute perfect piece. What are your thoughts on mushrooms? Because another streamer I watch, they say mushrooms are just vegetables that want to meat, so they won't eat them. I love mushrooms. I find mushrooms to be an amazing source of nutrients, vitamins, minerals. Somebody asked me a question earlier I didn't answer. How do I feel after eating healthier? You guys know, and I'm not ashamed to admit this, you guys know that I suffer from PTSD. I suffer from a chronic adjustment disorder with depression and anxiety, mixed emotions, and sometimes even ideations. And I will say, getting off all the fast food that's full of all the chemicals, I have, in the last 5 years since I've started, you know, living, not being military, not being on the road all the time, not eating fast food all the time, I felt better. In the last couple of months since I started HelloFresh, I have more good days now than bad days. Am I attributing that all to HelloFresh? No, I'm not attributing that all to HelloFresh, because I've started cooking my own stuff. Like I showed the picture earlier. You don't go outside. Hey, no, you don't go outside. But no, in the last couple of months, I've started cooking again, and then like today I had fun. Went to the gym, went for a swim, came home, cooked for my wife and me. When I'm done with this and we're waiting for stuff to work, I can maybe show the picture again. But it wasn't a HelloFresh meal. It was literally just me taking stuff I've learned from HelloFresh and making something healthy. Chicken and rice and vegetables. Now I know Grumpy Old Man's in the house. And grumpy old man is gonna say, skip the rice, skip the vegetables. The chicken's okay, but he's gonna say, more likely, he would have preferred this chicken be substituted for steak. And that's okay. That's all right. I, on the other hand, need to get ready for a hot tub stream. So I need to lose some weight. Like a whole lot of weight. I gotta get my cholesterol under control. Which, I told you guys, I lost my fight with my cholesterol problem. My doctor finally said, you need to go on the meds. I said, I don't want to go on the meds. He says, then we got to take you off one of your other meds, because one of your other meds is causing your cholesterol problem. Well, the other med is a mental health med, and I've had really good results with it. I don't want to go off that med. So he said, lose some weight and get your cholesterol under control. I said, all right, I'll do that. All right, here we go. We are going to cook these bad boys for 25 minutes. But we're gonna check on them. We're gonna look out for these guys at about the 20-minute mark. So in you go. And I might actually rotate them halfway through. I will see how everything's going. If my potatoes are getting a little too done, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swap the trays. Mental health is annoying. I 100% agree with you. Mental health is an annoyance, but it's something that you have to take really, really, really close attention to, because if you're not taking care of your mental health, bad days can sneak up on you, which is why I always tell people, if you're having a bad day, you can talk to me. I spend a good portion of my day every day talking to people who are having bad days. And then when I'm having a bad day, sometimes I talk to those people. Everybody has bad days. Everybody. Everybody has bad days. The trick is some people have bad days and they're able to weather the storm by themselves. Other people have bad days and they need a little bit of assistance weathering the storm. And there's no shame in that. There's no shame in saying, "Hey, I need a little I need a little help. I need a little assistance." All right, we haven't put any raw meat out here yet, so we're good. Make sure there's no honkies in here. I wish I wasn't in this room right now. I'm so sorry. I'm not going to read the rest of that comment, but these are all pretty good. These are all really, really good. Sometimes they send you them and there's just massive amounts of chunk. Yeah, I like that one. So also, sometimes I have an existential crisis when my personal projects don't work out. No, I totally understand that. You know, it was like, you guys have no idea how hard it was for the last couple of days. Because I knew that we won the Alpha 2 keys a couple of days ago. And that was really hard for me because I don't like having to be the Discord dad and put my foot down, but I had to put my foot down about the conversation. The conversation was getting way off, you know, the rails. And I had to be like, no, we're done. And the thing was, I had to say, no, we're done. And then I knew full well that I had the keys. And as soon as I didn't want to let anybody know anything because I didn't know if Intrepid was going to make an announcement. So when I got the keys today, I said, hey, Roshan, can I tell my community, or are you guys going to make an announcement? Because I don't want to make an announcement and then steal their thunder. Let me see. We're gonna go right about there on you. There on you. Come on. Come on. So no announcement from Intrepid. I was told to go ahead and tell my community that I was gonna have the 11 keys to give away. So. Now this is the part of the prep that I need to speed along a little bit, because my veggies are going to be done in 20 minutes and I'm kind of dragging my butt. This is one place where I occasionally get into trouble, because Tamir and I'll just be talking. So Tamir and I'll be talking. And by the way, guys, because I'm running on one monitor today, I will probably miss some messages, and I do apologize. Even posting a repost today isn't going to guarantee that I'm going to see it. I do not know how I ever streamed. Well, I don't think I ever streamed with just one monitor. Pretty sure the whole time I've been streaming I had at least two. And then I very quickly... get up there. I very quickly switched to 3. For those of you that can't see what I'm doing, I'm fighting with the collar. The collar wants to not behave. I'm getting bone conducting headphones at some point in the future. Now, my wife does not like chives or green onion on her food, but my roommate and I do. So. By the way, like I said, this board is amazing. I love the fact that it's got the 4 side traps. I also love this piece right here. When you got to stem spices, you can pass them through and it does it. Technically, it has a grater. I don't use it, but if you curl your fingertips inside, you're under the assumption that on my left hand I have enough motor control in this this hand to do that, which I don't. My left hand is my bad hand. So. All right. While veggies roast, heat a drizzle of olive oil and a tablespoon of butter. Tablespoons of butter. Now, I will say this. I know some of you have looked at HelloFresh and you've told me the reason why you don't want to do HelloFresh is because it's too much butter, it's too much oil. I'm going to tell you, HelloFresh is a lot of butter, a lot of oil. However, you should not be worried about olive oil. Olive oil is one of the best things for you. Mediterranean diet is amazing. So by the way, when the recipe calls for a drizzle of oil, I had to look up what a drizzle was. Apparently, a drizzle of oil, 2 tablespoons of oil. Who would have thunk it? So. While the veggies roast, heat the drizzle of oil in a large pan over medium-high heat. Okay. Yeah. Pop over here. Wow, that was a fast 30 minutes again. It was a fast... Oh my lord, look at how many of you there are. It was a fast 30 minutes. All right. Transfer to... Pet steaks dry. Let me bring. Oh, hi, Carrot. I'm actually gonna switch back to the. Oh, actually, I'll let that play out. I got 15 minutes. Okay. Maybe. For those who think too much fat or not enough, there's a minute food called "You're Probably Using Fat Wrong." I'll post it in the Discord. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. All right, I'm gonna dump these in. Good. Victory. Victory is life. I can hear it. I can already hear my mushrooms. My mushrooms are behaving. No. All right. So, unfortunately, I can't give you an amazing look at the mushrooms. Because as I said, that top piece, that reflective piece you're seeing, that's my microwave. I have no way to mount a camera above my oven. Now, if you guys really, really, really love the cooking shows, and you really love the cooking shows and you support the cooking shows, I'll buy all gear to cooking live stream. But as it is right now, my gear's got to go back in my office. And I'm pretty sure Tamir would be mad if we had permanent cameras in our kitchen. But gonna take about 8 minutes, right? Gonna take 5 to 7 minutes. So when that hits about 9:30, while we wait, you'll notice at the very beginning of the show, I took these bad boys out, right? I took these bad boys out, let them get to room temperature. People are always like, "Oh my God, your meat's gonna go bad." No, your meat's not gonna go bad at room temperature. So and I say this, I'm not trying to be a condescending jerk. If you didn't have a parental figure in your life that taught you how to cook steak, steak's not gonna go bad in like 90 minutes getting out to room temperature. Now, I am gonna do something. Some people are gonna call this sacrilegious. This is really all about how you cook, where you cook, what you cook on. I like to make some scores in my steaks, because I like to make sure that I get that heat in there so that I can cook the steaks for as short of a period as possible. I don't like overdone meat. So I think this is going pretty well. Seems like it's not the first time you've done it. No, I do know my way around the kitchen. I do know my way around the kitchen. Now, maybe you like extra salt, maybe you don't. I kind of know who's gonna get what piece, right? I kind of know who's getting what piece when I'm making these. So the kitties are getting that piece. So my steaks are ready, and what I'm always doing with a HelloFresh meal is I'm always looking ahead. So I've got about 3 minutes left, although I do need to shuffle my mushrooms around. Now, I will tell you, I can't see any of you, but I will tell you, you can see me. It's right there, see? Beautiful. Beautiful little mushroom right there. That guy's beautiful. I might actually want to turn this heat down just a touch. Just a touch. Yeah, my mushrooms, I'm gonna give them, about 1 minute and 20. There's going to be a lot of things going on. When you're making a fresh meal, there's going to be a lot of things going on at one time. It's just something you got to adapt to. By the way, before I put them away, look at these bad boys. Thank you to everybody who was here. Shout out to Gizmo for helping make the birthday brownies. No, my roommate doesn't get to take the whole pan. But we got brownies for dessert. The other thing is, I say this on my show all the time, or I talk about it when I talk about HelloFresh. HelloFresh in my family is like family bonding time. Normally, like I said, since I gotta wash my hands anyway, normally Tamir would be in here and this wouldn't be happening. But because I'm flying solo, I can't really dedicate time to the dishes. I'm doing my best to keep the dishes, you know, down to a minimum. Now, unfortunately, we made lunch today. We made lunch and we're making dinner, so our dishwasher is full. Now, why didn't we run the dishwasher after lunch? Well, because our dishwasher takes about 2.5 hours, because I told you I sterilized everything. All right, 9 minutes, 30 seconds. These are some brilliant looking mushrooms. I'm very happy with how those turned out. Those turned out great. So those go in a little bowl. I'm gonna wipe out this pan. I tried to make HelloFresh meals a bonding thing. Was kindly asked to leave the kitchen. Well, was it your kitchen? Or did you just like walk into some random stranger's house because you saw that they had HelloFresh meals? By the way, you guys haven't noticed that pan is pretty shiny on the bottom. I'll bring it over here real quick. This pan is like really shiny. That's not just oil. That's a diamond-based pan. Diamonds are starting to become more used in cookware. This is not olive oil. This is going to be a drizzle of regular. The wife and you do not cook together. My wife and I do. A little too much. Not going in the recipe we're cooking meat. All right. So what I'm going to do right now is room temperature steaks. Very delicious. Scoring cuts, but I don't put these face down. I put these face up to start. Unfortunately, I don't have a good mic over here. You can't hear that sizzle. Got a good sizzle on them. The same pan we used for the mushrooms. And then 3 minutes on the clock. And I highly recommend, if you're gonna be cooking all the time, get yourself multiple cooking clocks. And then of course, if you're cooking inside, you need one of these. You absolutely, positively need a meat thermometer that you don't break. I just broke my meat thermometer. Yep. As I was saying, you absolutely positively need one of these. Now, the one thing I liked about the one I just threw out, beef is $145. That's also, I like what HelloFresh does right there. It's not gonna focus, but write that little line down, pretend it would focus. Steak is fully cooked when the internal temperature reaches 145. Now, what if I like my steak more well done? Okay, well then go to 155. But somewhere along the line, I keep meeting people who think that steak has to be 165 to be done. And I ask them where they come up with this. And they say, well, it's how I was taught. Okay, you were taught somebody's preference. You were taught somebody's preference, which is fine. but you gotta know your cuts of meat. You gotta know your flavor of your meat, and cooking every piece of meat to 165 isn't gonna get the job done. 155 is not gonna get the job done. 165 is for chicken. Unfortunately, I threw out the thing. It has the cheat sheet, but yeah, if I believe off the top of my head, 165 is for poultry and pork. It's really important you cook chicken and pork to 165. 165 for pork because pigs have worms. See, I caught myself. I didn't touch my face with my hands. I touched it with the paper towel. Pork, it's to make sure that if the pig had worms, all the worms are dead, all the larvae are dead. For chicken, salmonella. Now, big thing here, this had raw meat on it. In the time that you're have your steaks going, always make sure you're disposing of the raw meat board. As you can see, those steaks, I'm gonna pull them over here real quick. But that was 3 minutes. Now that piece right there is gonna be a problem child, but that's okay. That was 3 minutes. You do not have to overcook. Do not have to overcook steak. You do not. It is better. It is always better. Always. Take it from Papa J. It is always better to undercook your steak, get a good temperature on it, and if you have, because you're gonna see something that I do in a minute here. It's always better to have to do a cut and then throw it on an edge to brown up a cut than it is to overcook. Once you overcook it, there is no grumpy old man, if he's here, it will tell you there's no saving a well done steak. A well done steak it's done. There's nothing more you can do to it. Clean my board off. One thing I see people do all the time when I go to their houses, hang out with my friends, people take the steaks directly out of the pan and they put them on the plates. Please don't do this. Please don't do this. It ruins the steak. The steak needs to bleed out all of that water. There's still water in that steak. Put it on a cutting board. Remember, we brought it up to room temperature for a reason. Took us 20 minutes. I had plenty of time. You take that meat out, you throw it in your microwave. Do not turn the microwave on. Do not turn it on. Just let it naturally warm up. When you're done, what you're gonna do is yeah, there's a whole scientific definition for it. I call it water because it's closer to water than it is blood. Some people are like, "Oh my God, my steak is still bloody." No, your steak is not bloody. But yeah, you can't save a steak. You can't save it. Oh, you know what Oh no! Oh no! Guys, we have a disastrous development. I have inadvertently, while doing cleanup, thrown out the garlic. So I'm gonna have to substitute. Unfortunately, I threw out the garlic clove. So, I'm gonna have to substitute in a little garlic salt. Always make sure if you're working with garlic, there are two different things. I don't even know where the other one is. So apparently we can't have a problem today because we only have the one. I don't know where the other one went. My daughter nearly screwed this up one day. You'll have garlic salt and oh wait, here you go. Garlic salt and garlic powder. Okay, I'm gonna pull these bad boys off. The little kitty piece of steak. Give me one moment as I try to sear that piece a little bit. I don't want to sear the whole thing though. Now, one thing I will tell you, I absolutely hate. I left that in the pan for a reason. I did scoring lines, right? And unfortunately, I didn't get a really, really good cook because this is an electric pan. This isn't too bad, but that is, for my family's taste, that's a little not done enough. Now for my taste, it's okay. I'm gonna leave that one in for my wife for a minute. Yeah, that one's good, you see? That cut's good. That piece was a little bit thicker. Let me check this one. Yeah, see? I'm gonna toss that one back on. Although some of you are gonna say that's a perfectly good piece of steak. I'd rather take them off and have to put them back on than barbecue all of them. And see that one again? That one's a little light. So I don't necessarily like electric stoves. So that steak looks so good. Yeah, it needs about another 30 seconds. It needs about the amount of time it takes me to take these vegetables out. All right, now these will be good. You always got to know your target audience. You got to know the people that are going to be eating the food. My tribe likes theirs done a little bit more. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that sit. I still have to make the sauce. What I'm going to do is I'm going to check a couple of pieces. So I'm not quite sure if we're gonna get a good. Yeah, that one might not be done. Hold on. This was our backup, but I'm pretty sure that this one wasn't working. Yeah, this one's not working either. All right. Now, for the last part, the piece that I am not always amazing at, gotta make the pan sauce. But before we do that, always gotta make sure that we follow. Sometimes you leave the stuff in the pan, sometimes you don't. This particular time, we're not leaving the stuff in the pan. This is a wipe off the pan recipe. Unfortunately, sometimes you get that. This is no good. Okay? This is no good. If you're gonna try to make a sauce after you've made steak in a pan, this is no good. You gotta just dirty another dish. You just gotta do it. There's no way around it. If I try to make a sauce in this, we're gonna have a bad sauce. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna audible quickly because I need oven space. I need space on the oven. I dirtied your stove. I did dirty your stove. I absolutely did. I admit it. And if you're upset with the fact that I dirtied your stove, then you won't want any of the ill-gotten gains that is this piece of steak you see main screen. See, Tamir is my wife, so I know exactly how Tamir likes her food. Oh yeah, those are some good looking carrots. I'll show you guys these carrots in 1 second. No. But as I was saying earlier in the show, you've got this. Look at that. Nice clean pan. Don't have go with. And these are just going to be a quick wipe. Good. But I need this pan over there. Look at them. Look at them. Maybe you should have helped cook then. That's right. Tamir and I made an arrangement when I started streaming. She didn't want to be seen on my streams because some people do couples streaming. Tamir said no. All right. So what I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna be making a sauce. Got some water spots. Water spots aren't a big deal, but I'm just gonna take care of them. We're making a little sauce here. I can't use the saucepan, unfortunately, because my burner. The burner I have to use is the front one. All right. So we are going to heat a drizzle of olive oil and 2 tablespoons of butter. Is that Asmongold steak? No, because that's way more than a $2 steak. That is way more than a $2 piece of meat. So. Okay, here's a good trick for you. You see over there on that lower, screen, you've got the thing of butter. The thing about the butter is that when the butter is melted, don't mess with the butter too much while it's first melting down in the block. Let it do that. That's how you're gonna know. Like my other pan was hot. That pan is cold. Well, not cold. It's room temperature. Do you season the steak or board? This particular steak is neither seasoned. I'm making the pan sauce right now. So now, as I said, I am gonna have to substitute. I did throw out my piece of garlic, which means bad on me, but the little piece of garlic got mixed in with everything else. So I can hear, you guys can't hear it, but I can hear my butter going. I can hear my butter going. My butter is almost ready for me. I'm gonna need a third of a cup of water. Yep. So, here's what's gonna happen. We are going to put a drizzle of olive oil, the butter is there. We're gonna add garlic and scallion whites. We got our scallion whites. Gonna put that in there. Unfortunately, this is gonna go fast because I don't have garlic, so I'm gonna be. There we go. If I have to season to taste in a minute, I will. That's gonna go really, really, really fast. Really, really, really fast. 30 seconds. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna put in our water. Cool that down. We're gonna put in our stock concentrate. That's gonna be like bring to a simmer and then stir in the juices. And this is where you're going to have some of these pieces of steak that some people said, some people would say are totally done. Some people would say would not be done. These steaks are gonna go back in the pan here for a second. Now that, again, I deviate from the instructions just a little bit based on my experience. So what I'm gonna do, we'll put the mushrooms back in the pot. I'm gonna heat my mushrooms back up. All right. I'm gonna wait just a second because my mushrooms were pulled. It's gonna heat them back up. But you wanted all those mushroom juices. Juices out of there. Some of you are crazy and you're thinking weird things. I don't acknowledge you when you think the weird stuff. All right. I'm just gonna wait until I start to see a couple of simmering bubbles. Pump that back up now. And that steak's all gonna go back in the pot. Oh, I didn't show you guys the potatoes. See, this is why I like to air fry the potatoes. The potatoes are good. I prefer to air fry them though, get them a little bit crispier, but they're pretty good today. All right, I see my little simmer bubbles. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna put all the juices of the steak and the steaks back in, except for the one that I missed. That's also why you saw me cut earlier. Some people that I've had over as guests in my house, they're like, why do you cut the steak up like that? So where is lamb cheaper than steak? I don't know, but I love lamb. I love lamb too. So. All right. So I'm gonna grab 3 plates. And I'm gonna break stuff. I broke a ceramic, so these have to be discarded. We'll get it in a minute. What I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna take the bits of steak out. Luckily, I broke that ceramic dish in such a way that it didn't get. The only thing that was compromised was the scallion greens. So now you'll notice that these plates aren't being distributed equally. Number one, my roommate has protein sensitivity, so she doesn't need a full serving of meat. She prefers veggies. Number two, nobody else is eating today. So. Down, putting in a little bit of sour cream. There's the other one. All right. Oh, I broke 2 bowls. That's why I had so many shards. Get most of them if I can. My sour cream. Now I should be able to mix it. Some of the sauces that I make, I'm not 100% sure are gonna go over well. This particular one I know does. So I could just spoon the gravy over everything. Well, I could, but my roommate doesn't get home from work for like another 3.5 hours. So unfortunately, my roommate a lot of times comes home to a cooked meal in the microwave. But what I like to do is, when you never know if you're dealing with new sauces, you never know if you're gonna have a sauce from HelloFresh that you're gonna like. I like these little serving bowls, and the two that I destroyed, you know. But I like. Wait, what's going on? Hold on. It's not mine. Why is that playing? That should absolutely never happen. I gotta find out why that happened. That should never happen. That wasn't my song. With that said, put everything together. Little carrots. Yeah, autoplay's supposed to be disabled. I don't know why it did it. Spotify kind of irritates me with that. They'll keep turning it back on. And you're like, no. Stop turning it back on. Wow, it's been another 30 minutes while I've been putting this together. So this is why I say this meal was said to take 10 minutes to prep and 40 minutes to cook. And as you've seen, I have done several Stream Raiders battles. So clearly, either I'm really, really slow, or they really, really underestimate the time it's gonna take to do this. But my wife and I stopped gaming together because I stopped playing Final Fantasy because I'm spending all my time with you guys on stream for the last 28 days. Now I do want to remind you that what I should have done, and I didn't do, is I should have divided this into 4 plates. So that is bad on me. And HelloFresh, if you're watching this, please forgive me. Yeah, we lost that. I figured we would. I should have divided this into 4 plates, not 3. Because they send you 4 servings. I'm just gonna close that. We'll pick that up tomorrow. Back over here to our cooking show. As you can see, very, very, very close. Very, very close. Of course, I didn't put the drizzle on. So there's what I made, and there's what you see. So I hope everybody enjoyed cooking time with Jahlon today. Thank you to my whole community who helped raise $6,007 for Extra Life. This was the $3,000 milestone. I had a blast doing this today. I didn't do this just because HelloFresh is the sponsor of the show. I did this because I wanted my community to recognize that when I talk about a product, I stand behind the product. I use the product. Are there things I could tell you about HelloFresh? Sure. I could tell you that HelloFresh on average is 72% cheaper than dining out or buying groceries. I could tell you that. I could tell you that HelloFresh has a whole series of menus: vegetarian, meat, pescatarian, quick and easies for lunch, kids' favorites. I could do all that. But I think doing this tonight shows this is what it is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna put my roommates in the microwave. My wife and I are gonna have dinner. I will see you guys tomorrow during my usual time for Ashes 101. And I might be doing Ashes 101 with Ogre Tactics Remastered. So you guys take care. And unfortunately, I don't have any cool ending screen because I am in my kitchen. This is Kitchen Jahlon. I will see you guys tomorrow.